Hey guys, I don't know how I'll be able to regularly post updates for a little bit. As you see, I'm holding a new addition to the family. She doesn't have a name yet, but she is due, and she's very photogenic. Hey Libby, hey Allison, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for saying hi. That's sweet. And I wanted to introduce you all to this sweet little girl because yes, I know you are a little troublemaker. She's a Slytherin in the making. Um, have I watched Twilight? Libby's asking. Yes. Funny story about Twilight. I actually live in Washington State. If you guys don't know, and Forks is where that takes place. And if you're familiar with the third book, Eclipse, you remember that there's an army of newborn vampires that's in Seattle, and I was born and raised there. And right now, this is my room in Port Townsend. See my bed and the picture on the wall. Very nice picture. And Forks is only a couple of hours away from Port Townsend. And I've been there once, and it's unfortunately it's not worth it. It's a really town full of nothing that got famous because of one thing, and now they're trying to make it into a tourist trap. Have I read The Cellar? No, I don't know about that. I'll be sure to check it out as soon as possible. My favorite character from Harry Potter, um, or from Twilight, Libby, because Harry Potter definitely, sweetheart, we're doing a live stream. Oh goodness. My favorite character from Twilight. That's a very complex question. Um, what about you? You have a favorite character? Oh, that's right, you can't read. So I think my favorite character from Twilight. Ugh, this is gonna sound so cliche. When I was in high school, it was definitely. Oh, she's saying hey, you guys. It was definitely Bella because I think we all wanted a romance of a lifetime. Still have yet to find one. But I guess as I get older, I really like. I sympathize a lot with Leah, to be honest, because she's expressed the fact that she might not be able to have children, and I've been told by my doctors that I can't. I also really like Alice a lot. And hello, I if I butcher your name, I'm so sorry. Arpitha? That's a lovely name. Oh, I've always been Team Edward. Um, yeah, very very cliche. Jacob was getting in on his territory, man. Not that Bella is owned by anyone, but I think she made it abundantly clear that she wanted Edward, and I think it was a pity kiss, to be honest, to to flesh out Eclipse a bit more. That book seemed a little bit too long. That's just me. Um, yeah. Although I was pretty much screaming my head off when I found out that Jacob imprinted on Renesmee. That really freaked me out. I read the first two parts of the book the first night I got it. It came out a month after my 14th birthday. So now you guys know how old I am. I'm really old. Have I watched any horror movies? I love this how people like. I'm not huge on the horror genre, but I much prefer horror in that they mess with your mind. I love getting the feeling that I've had my mind screwed over, shall we say. Um, but slasher movies, those just annoy me. I remember probably the one that I saw again. I was probably about 14 or 15. I saw the first Paranormal Activity film, and spoiler alert: at the end, she attacks the camera. I literally kind of went like, and then it was like, oh, that's the end. Okay, can we go home now? Um, well, Libby, you're not alone. I mean, I don't disagree with the ship. Um, but I think the only slasher movie to answer your question, Allison, is I love Sweeney Todd because our friends Snape and Bellatrix are in that movie, as well as Wormtail, aka Peter Pettigrew. And I saw that when it came out. I was probably one of the youngest people in the audience. I was 13. Thanks, Dad. I have very weird upbringing. My parents just constantly let me see pretty much any movie I wanted. I think the one of the only films, yes, one of the only films they didn't let me see was a film by my father's favorite director, David Cronenberg. He made a film called Crash, and it's not the one you're thinking of. This one came out before the one that came out in like 2006 or something. This one is about people who really liked it, shall we say, getting intimate in cars and having them crash. And looking back, I don't see why I'd want to see that. I think it was more of a, let's see how far I can push the limit. Oh, Breaking Dawn Part 2 is my favorite Twilight movie. The first Twilight was, it seemed like an independent film. Yeah. Yeah, you weren't born yet. No, you weren't. And then the sequel, okay. And then the sequel, honestly, Bella's hair just looked stupid in the sequel. And then, and then the fact that Edward left her like that. I know that that was how the book went down, but that's, no. Tell her the whole truth, man. And then Eclipse, she had awesome hair, but that was, sweetheart, we just got her like yesterday and she's trying to explore my room and she can't do that. Yeah, so essentially the only reason why Bella Kristen Stewart had nice hair was she had done a film that year called The Runaways, where she was Joan Jett, and she had to get a shag hairdo. And those of you who don't know Joan Jett, do check out her music. She's amazing. I love her. I remember being 11. It was the 6th grade for me. Very awkward. Not a lot of pictures of me from back then, which is good. My goodness, you are just a rascal, aren't you? Do I like Hermione? I don't dislike it, but for any of you who have read my fan fiction will know that most of what I write is Snarry, which is Snape and Harry, which I love. And I usually put Ron and Hermione together because they're my favorite people to be with one another. And for Ginny, I will usually put her with Draco. So I like Draco with Ginny. I guess that's called Drinny. Because I think the whole opposites attract thing would be good, but other than the whole she's a quote-unquote blood traitor, for the most part, Ginny would probably be a good candidate for Draco, given that they're both pure blood. I identify as half-blood. It's weird, because for those of you who know my story, Cassia Sturvis in the Eternal Flame, she had a wizarding family on her mother's side, and her father's side was, they were No-Majs, which is American form of Muggle. And my dad and my stepdad are kind of based on the man that raised her. So my dad is kind of, and they've always been more practical, I guess. So I don't think that either of my fathers would have any magical backings in them. But my mom is really into the whole spiritual type thing, and she meditates every day. So I think she would be from a magical family. Yeah, I remember reading the first Twilight. I actually read it on my last day when I graduated middle school. I told my dad, because they were like the #1 books in the country for people my age. And I told my dad on the last day of school, I want you to take me to Barnes & Noble and I want to buy this vampire book. And he basically bought me all these books. So he's like, whatever, you want a book, that's great. I actually bought it so that I was able to get a paperback copy. That shows really how old I am. And I read it in a couple days. And then I immediately told my dad I need to get New Moon, and then I need to get Eclipse. And then the Barnes & Noble that I had gotten all of these at was doing a midnight release party. And I begged and begged and begged, and he took me, and he got Breaking Dawn for me. And I was so excited. And my brother, I tried to read him. Such a terrible story. I tried to read the first Twilight, my copy of it, rather, to my brother. His room is actually over there. He's here. He probably can't hear. He's playing video games. But I was reading it to him, and he, for some reason, thought the scene was really funny when Mike, Eric, and Tyler were all asking Bella to the dance. In the movie, it was prom. In the book, it was a dance, in case you guys didn't know. And So I'm reading it to my brother, and then she tells Charlie, her dad, I'm not going to go. I don't want to go. And Oscar, he's hilarious. I love him to death. He's kind of a pain sometimes, but sibling rivalry, rivalry. I can't talk. And he literally puts on his Charlie impression and says, "Oh, you're not going to go to the dance? I wanted to ask you." And I just remember saying, "Oscar, dude, that's her dad." And he's like, "I know, but they could go as friends." And I just remember thinking, "What is the matter with you?" But we still laugh, you know, because siblings are funny. Um, she's behaving. Hmm. Should we name her after a Twilight character? Is that why she's so cool? Hmm? Would I rather be a shield like Bella or a mind reader like Edward or see the future like Alice? Ooh, that's hard. I'll give you my reasons for why I would want all of those powers, just on one. I'd rather be a shield like Bella because I have secrets that I do not want. Um, oh no, Livy, I would never want to be like Jane. No, that's not me at all. But I'd like to be a shield because I have secrets that I don't want anybody to know. I'd like to read minds like Edward to find out if anybody has found out about these secrets. And then seeing the future like Alice, don't think I'm crazy, but I have that already. Um, in my family, every few generations, someone gets, we call it the gift, and I have it. I got it. I was the next one to get it. And it's not reliable at all. It's not like, tell me my future and I'll give it to you. It doesn't work that way. It usually only works in a crisis situation where I really need to know something. And it's really annoying and I can't control it at all. But when I told my mom about it, she told me that she had a ancestor, this guy who had moved, his family had moved from Italy and they had settled in New York, and he was born. And one morning he told his mom, I think he had a couple sisters, I think he was the only boy, and he tells his mom, I can't go to school today. And she says, why can't you go, honey? And he says, if I go to school, something really bad will happen. And so the mom kept him home, and every day he had a very reliable walking speed apparently. And the day that he was going to school, there was a cart that upended right at the moment he was due to walk through that area. And because of, if he had gone to school, he would have died. So he was right. Something bad would have happened. And I don't know if I'm related through him or if he's like a great uncle or something. But if that's the case, I might not have been here. Hello, Allison. Thank you for coming back. Oh, you're trying to change your name? Oh, Antoinette. That's a lovely name. Yeah. I'm all for it. If you want to change your name, go by whatever you want to go by. Doesn't matter to me. So I'm like Alice. I guess I am like her already, but I think in this case I'd want to be like a shield. I mean, I'm sure that everyone would agree with the statement. There's at least one thing about yourself that you don't want anybody to know, whether it be something stupid you did or a mistake that you made, which is pretty much the same thing. But hello, young Rose Edits. So lovely to see you. In case you didn't know, I'm holding a kitten right now for those of you just joining us. Oh, that's a lovely name. What was my great grandma's name? Edna was my great grandma's name. It was also her daughter's name, who was my grandma. I don't know what my paternal great grandmother's name was. Oh wait, yes, I do. It was Annie, as a matter of fact. Do I want to protect someone? No. In this situation, I just want to protect myself. But I think if I wanted to protect someone else, I would really analyze the situation accordingly, because when I was younger, I would just immediately want to keep people's secrets. But then as I look back, it's like, well, wait a minute, they might be in a really bad situation, or this is too big for me to handle, or hi, sweetheart. And yes, Brendan, I do do the Harry and Ginny with songs. Those are my most popular ones. Oh, that's lovely that you're named after her. I'm named after the singer Ella Fitzgerald. And my middle name is Floria. It's the lead character in an opera. And my mother's Italian, and my father is a musician slash conductor. So they wanted to have, some symbolism like that in my name. Oh no, of course not, Brendan. You go do your thing. I'm very flattered that you want to save them in your playlist. I think that's great. No, I mean my name shows up on the video anyway, so it's not like you'd be taking away from my channel by broadening your own. No, you go right ahead. You do you. I think that's wonderful. I'm so flattered when people ask me that. They usually don't ask. I mean, I like it when they do, but I know that some YouTubers you can't necessarily get in touch with them. And it's kind of annoying because you really like somebody. I remember one time I tried to get in touch with a YouTuber and I don't remember her username, which is probably good because I don't want to deliberately badmouth anyone, but this is how the situation affected me, where I posted in the comments that she was really good or something. And she had even said in the description box, here's how you get in touch with me if you want to talk to me. So I did. And I didn't really mean it seriously, but I sing and she sings. And I said, oh, that would be so cool to do a collab with you. It's not like I said outright, I want to do one, but she was like, no, I don't know you. I don't want to do a collab with you. And it's like, lady, I never asked you to do one with me. I said, I think it would be cool if. It's like, learn to read. And then she said, I only do collabs with my friends. And then I said, well, I didn't ask you for one, but two, why can't we be friends? And she just said, well, because I don't know you and I don't want to know you. And it's like, okay, I'm never going to watch one of your videos again if you talk to me that way. That's just not nice. What's my kitten's name? Well, Brendan, we just got her yesterday, and unfortunately, she does not have a name yet. But she's very cute. My mom really wants to call her Sage or what was that? Jade, because her eyes are this cute little green. Yeah, well, she's a girl. Libby, you enjoy watching Twilight. Whew. Hi. Did you want to say hello to the people? Did you want to say hello to the people? You want to say hello to the people, little kitty, saying hello to the people. But yeah, if there are no more questions forthcoming, I should probably pay attention. Hi, I know you are just a little rascal. Yes. This is the cat's face that they give you when they say, you're calling me names in front of people. When did we get the kitten, Brendan? We got her yesterday. My mom got her from the Humane Society. And she had an appointment, and she brought her home. Oh, yes. Thank you for being so good. And my stepdad didn't tell him. And she brought him to our sun porch. We have a Victorian house. And she brought him to our sun porch, and then Oscar, my brother, walked in with the kitten, and he visibly deflated because we have 3 dogs and a fish tank. Oh, you like my singing? That's very sweet. I took voice lessons in high school, and I did choir, and they trained us in stage acting in high school. So it was encouraged to sing. Are you gonna fall asleep again? Yeah, and I like it. It comforts me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we call our smallest dog a puppy, even though she's like almost 3, because she's so tiny. She is so tiny. And you don't like any of them yet, do you? But we have this little girl for a 2-week trial period, and if it doesn't go well or if she's not safe, we get to take her back, no questions asked. But I really hope not. I prefer cats over dogs, which is saying something because we have 3 dogs. Well, if nobody has anything else to say, I should probably see to the baby. But I just wanted you all to meet her because you all have been so supportive, and she's just so cute, and she just felt so camera ready, and I had to introduce y'all to her. So can can we say goodbye? Can we say goodbye to the nice people? Who's that? Can we say goodbye to the nice people? Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. Bye, guys. Love you all.